know how to be popular, get anyone to like you, and make friends easily this school year, then this is the video for you. Because in this video, I'm gonna be sharing secrets on how I went from the girl in the back of the class that no one wanted to talk to, who had no friends and would eat her lunch in the bathroom, to the girl who kept being voted into yearbook most likely to's, being pretty social, having a lot of friends, and having a pretty satisfying amount of my crushes in my DMs. But first, let's get coffee. Oh yeah. Hey. Okay, so this is what we got. Let's pretend we're best friends having like a takeout the next morning after a sleepover and talk about how to be popular. So this first part is that if you want to make friends and if you want people to know you around school, you have to take initiative. I have 5 different ways that I can help you do this without you actually like feeling like you're put on spot and actually like racking up your social anxiety way too much, because I know that social anxiety is a problem for a lot of us. Way too good. Basically, the first secret that I can share with you guys that I've used so many times is that the new kids are always the easiest to talk to. Because think about it, when you're a new kid, you don't really know anyone at school and you're literally grateful for anyone who comes your way and anyone that talks to you, so you're never gonna turn that person down. Moving on to the next one. At the same time, what I always did was I would always like offer them to help them with something, and then if we had a class together, I would always like look through their schedule and I was like, oh, let's go to this class together. I'd save them a seat in the class. This first psychology hack that I want to tell you guys is to release oxytocin. And I know how that sounds. I know you might be like, first of all, what the heck is oxytocin? And second of all, how can I control chemicals in other people's minds? Well, let me tell you, oxytocin is a happy feeling chemical, which when it's released when 2 people are interacting, it is making it more likely for those people to bond together and for that other person to like the person that they're talking to. I'm gonna tell you guys 4 hacks which you can do to release oxytocin. The first one, and this is probably my favorite one, is to say the word love. Apparently, just by hearing word love, oxytocin is being released in our freaking brains. So in the conversation with someone, you can be like, oh my god, I love coffee, I can't stop drinking coffee. Or you can talk about the albums that you love, the artists that you love, just like mention the word love somehow, but don't make it look weird. You really don't want to do it. Like, I'm gonna tell you this and you're gonna be like, there's no way I'm freaking doing this. But go to every single freaking school activity and events that you can find. If there's a lock-in at your school, go there. A football game, attend that football game, because that is how you're going to make friends. Think to yourself, like, what's the worst thing that can happen? You're gonna lose an hour of your life, or maybe like 2 hours of your life, and it's not that much compared to the things that you might gain from it. The second one is a little hard because of the time that we live in right now, but it is to make touch contact with a person. This doesn't have to be intimate. It can be just as easy as brushing a little bit on someone's arm, or like giving someone a high five when you see them. See how it's like natural and it just like goes with the interaction. And it's one of the like biggest things that the most charismatic and likable people use to their advantage. You kind of have to be everywhere if you want people to know you. Like, you can't expect to have a lot of friends and be popular if you literally just like hide from everyone all the time and no one has ever seen you. The third one is positive vibes, and fourth one is hype people up. I feel like I'm forgetting something though. Oh wait, there's a call from the future. Let me take this. I'm calling you to tell this like very important thing about like how to get more people to like you at school. So I know like every single back to school video tells you like never tell people that you have gum. If you have gum, just like run. But that is so freaking counterintuitive. Literally, you guys, if you want to make friends, have gum and give it to people. So here what happens eventually is like classical conditioning, because you're pairing that pleasant feeling of getting gum with that person seeing you. Now explain classical conditioning. Okay, classical conditioning for dummies. You guys, please don't be scared by any of the titles, because I'm trying to use legit like psychology that I learned in the classroom to actually make it into like fun hacks for you guys. But I also want to explain the basic principles to you, just so you're aware of like like the root cause of how things work. Have you ever had food poisoning from something that you ate, and then every single time you saw that thing or smelled that thing, you would immediately just feel this like unpleasant, like yucky feeling inside you? That is classical conditioning, but like that's specifically aversion conditioning. Classical conditioning can be good too. For example, maybe you had this one aunt who always came to your house and brought you candy. Candy made you happy. Therefore, whenever you would see this aunt, you would automatically get happy because that association of getting candy is now tied to her. This is what is classical conditioning. It is when two things are paired together, so your aunt and candy, and then the association that gets created once those things are paired together enough times. Make yourself memorable. Capitalize on what you're good at. It is not as hard as it sounds. Like, trust me, I'm gonna give you an example right now. I personally was really good at studying and my grades were always really high, but I would hide that because I was afraid of like people not wanting to be friends with me because I had higher grades than them. But in reality, it kind of like works the opposite way, as long as you like don't make a show off of it and like don't brag about it into people's faces. Accidentally, somehow people find out that I had like really good grades and I was in like really high AP courses. So all of a sudden I found everyone just like coming to me during breaks and being like, hey, could we like maybe study together on this, or could you like help me with this like physics problem? And with this point though, I'm gonna say like don't let people use you. Don't ever write anyone's homework. Literally whatever you're good at, be it art, be it drama, be it studying, don't dim your light. Don't hide that skill. If you're good at acting, participate in that school play, and there are gonna be so many people coming up to you after the school play congratulating you, and like so many people that you would normally not talk to that are now going to talk to you. And also, my Amazon orders finally arrived. It always feels like Christmas when the packages come, so I want to share this like wonderful feeling with you guys. Also, for those of you guys who are bookworms, I'm gonna have some book recommendations right now for the books that I'm reading this summer. Okay, so this first thing is I ordered like 3 different books, but I don't know which one this is. I am so excited. I'm scared to like see what... Okay, it's one of the ones that I'm most excited for. Reveal. Look at it. This book I'm so freaking excited to read. It's basically about like coming to terms with not being meant to be with a person. And you guys, like the colors and the freaking name of this book, The Opposite of Always. I'm gonna link everything that I bought down below just so you guys can like check it out for yourself. Moving on to the next tip that I have for you guys to become more popular is to don't be afraid to ask for people's Instagrams and don't be afraid to engage with people's Instagrams. Here's a little like life hack secret for you guys. It's always better to ask for the person for their Instagram while you guys are talking, and then pull out your phone and follow them while they're like watching you do it, because that way they're more likely to either like pull out their phone on the spot and follow you back, or follow you back when they get home. And after that, like don't be afraid to text them. Use common interests and common grounds to start texting conversations. And I'm also going to tell you guys a really cool like popularity secret that I feel like a lot of people don't really talk about that much. I feel like this is making too much noise for me like talking at the same time. So I noticed that like when you like and comment and like engage with people's Instagrams, they're more likely to engage with your posts, because when people do that to me, I literally feel like now I want to comment on their posts more. Okay, so this next one, I don't know which one it is. I'm so excited. I also ordered the second part of The Darkest Minds, which that book, honestly, the ship in that book, I just feel like it was one of my favorite books that I've read so far. Dude, it's so hard to like rip the packages. Is it? No. Oh, this is another book that I really love. Oh, I love that it has Walmart price on it. I'm gonna somehow have to like rip this off. It honestly looks so gorgeous to me, and you guys know that I love my like fairy tale retelling books. But the next thing that I want to tell you guys is to like be on the same team, which I'm gonna explain what it means, and I'm gonna give you guys 5 different strategies and hacks that you can do that. Being on the same team is the fact that like as people, we tend to favor the people more who we feel like are our allies and are rooting and supporting us. So the way you can do this at school, first help someone out with a teacher that you already know that they're having this year.
class, he really likes people that are opinionated.
Okay.
And in Royalton's class, try to get a seat in the back. He tends to spit when he talks about products liability.
Wow. I'm really glad I met you.
When you're helping someone out, it makes them feel really good and it makes them more drawn to you. Okay, this is the book that I'm like really freaking excited for. She is freaking amazing. The love of my life. The second hack is to show genuine interest in the person when you're talking to them. Do you know that like famous Fight Club quote?
I really listen to you instead of just waiting for their turn to speak.
And at the same time, like on a psychological level, people love to talk. We love to talk about ourselves. When you make someone feel good when you're talking to them, that person is going to be more drawn to you. Also, like a really cool psychology trick that I can tell you guys, so, like make sure that you don't overuse it, is to mention the person's name in the conversation, because on a subconscious level, we love hearing our names. So like when someone calls you by your name, oh my god, it's gonna make the person like you more. You can have a memorable school supply or something like that. I feel like this is literally like one of the best things for back to school because it looks so freaking cool. I used to have a black version of this when I had my MacBook Air, and everyone at my high school would like compliment me so much on it. If you guys want to, you guys can like get this one that I got, because honestly, like this is not sponsored. This is like genuinely what I wanted. I spent freaking $20 on this. One very powerful tool in psychology that a lot of people use is the chameleon effect. The chameleon effect is when we mimic someone's body movements, and that creates a subconscious bond between us. So like on a subconscious level, that person is more likely to feel closer to you when you mimic their body language. At the same time, when you guys are walking in the hall, you can match up your footsteps to theirs, and that will create that chameleon effect bonding. Just make sure that you don't overdo any of those tips. This one, you guys, I don't really want to like push anything onto anyone, but I'm still gonna rely this tip because it's kind of like a really funny psychology hack, and it is that color yellow actually makes you perceived as more friendly. So maybe if you want to, and if that goes with your style, wearing yellow on the first day when you're trying to make friends can actually help you out, because on a subconscious level, other people will be perceiving you as more friendly. Like lemons and sunflowers, also, a little life hack that I love, and I talk about in all of my videos, you guys already know that, is subliminals. I use so many subliminals. I use the glow up subliminal, I use the weight loss subliminal, I use the guy subliminal, and the guy subliminal, dude, I think it was called like get boys all over you or something like that subliminal. Oh my god, just like thinking back to the subliminals that I used to use in high school. Oh my god, I kid you not, there were like 5 guys in my life. And now, you guys, let's talk mindset. Listen to me. You are a freaking queen. I don't want to hear otherwise. I don't want to hear any excuses. I don't want you to be like, well, like, I'm this, I'm that, I'm like overweight, or like I don't have the ideal body, or I don't have the perfect hair. That doesn't matter. That literally none of that matters. I've seen people at my school who were incredibly popular who did not have the ideal body and who did not have the ideal like beauty standards in any freaking way, shape, or form, but like a lot of people loved them and a lot of people were friends with them because pretty much like knew all these things, whether like they actually knew it or they were just like good at making friends on a subconscious level with all these tools that I just gave you guys. And like confidence is not that you feel that you're better than other people. Confidence is not cockiness. A cocky person thinks that they're the best in that room. A confident person knows that they're on the same level as everyone else in that room. So just have that confident energy, and if you want more on that, you can watch my other videos. And at the same time, it is okay not to be popular. It is okay not to be at every single school event. It is okay not for everyone to know you, to be the prom queen or prom king. It's definitely totally okay to just like have your own friends and be happy with your own friends. This is just me giving you guys tools that can help you guys make more friends and get anyone to like you, in order for you guys to use those tools in the ways that you guys want to. And I love you guys, and thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys like this video. I love you guys, and bye.